Good day, guys. It's another live stream session, and this is April 6th, 2026 tutorial session. And I would like to see. I think I have somebody. Somebody has joined the live stream. So if you're on the live stream, you can just say hi to me, so that I know who's on. I know who has joined. Okay. So I'm going to be starting. I'll just wait for more people to join before I just start teaching. I'm going to share my white screen very soon. Okay, let me share my whiteboard. Okay, so today live stream session is basically for students from grade 7 to 9. But everybody's welcome to open to join the session. So in this session, anybody that joins, I will teach according to the audience I have. That type of topic I will teach. If a grade 1 student join, I will teach topic related to grade 1 students. So let me talk about coplanar forces. Coplanar forces is based on it's a physics topic. Coplanar forces. I'm coming. I just want to share the live session to Facebook and Instagram. Okay, and then we'll start from there. Okay, so let me talk about coplanar forces. So, for example, if we have, sorry. So, for example, let's say we have a question like this. So, let's say that this is 7 Newton, sorry, because this is coplanar forces. And let's say this is 12 Newtons. This is 5. This is 10 Newtons. This is 10 Newtons also. And let's say this is 8 Newtons. The angle makes here is 30. Let's say 30. Let's say the angle this one makes here is 45. 7 Newton. Let's say the angle here is 50. Okay. So whenever we're talking about complementary forces, the forces are always in x and y component, x and y axis. So the formula for the resultant force is F is equal to square root of Fx squared plus Fy squared. Okay. And tan theta, this for finding the direction of the angle, is Fy divided by Fx. So now what we see here, we see different forces: 12 Newton, 5 Newton, 10 Newton, 8 Newton, 7 Newton. So I'm going to split them into y component and x component. So y component is same thing as y axis. So this side, this is the positive y axis. This is negative y axis. This is negative x axis. This is positive x axis. Okay. So let's say we want to start with 12 newtons. I'm going to draw a table. So vertical component, which is y, and horizontal component, which is x. So the first force is 12 newtons. Okay. So this 12 newtons has no angle. It has no angle. So we will say that for the y component, that the angle is 0 degrees because it's just facing a line. It does not have any angle. It does not face it. It does not make any angle with the x-axis. And it's facing up, so it's definitely positive 12 newtons. Okay. So that will be 12 sine 0. Okay. Let me just make sure I have my calculator beside me. So 12 sine 0, it will be equal 0. Okay. Now for the horizontal component, because this is the horizontal component, right? The angle that from the angle from here to here will make 90 degrees to this vertical line. Okay. So in this case, it will be 12 cos 90 degrees. And 12 cos 90 degree will be equals to 0. So now let's go to 5 newtons. So now whenever you want to get the angle for each of these forces, it is always the angle that it marks with the x-axis. So now we can see that 45 degree is the angle connecting this line and the x-axis. So in this case, for vertical component, that will be 5 sine 45. Okay, and it is positive because it is facing up. When it is facing down, then it becomes negative. So let's punch in 5 sine 45. 5 sine 45 will give us 3.54. Okay. And we're going to do the same. That will be 5 cos 45. It will also give us 3.54 because sine 45 and cos 45 is root 2 over 2. So now let's go to 10 newtons. 10. So for the vertical component, the angle it will make with the vertical component, this one to here, will be 90 degrees. Okay, so that will be 10 sine 90. Okay, so 10 sine 90 will give us 10. And we are going to use now this one will be 0. Yeah, the horizontal component will be 0 degrees. So that will be 10 cos 0 will give us 10. So now the next one we have is 10 newtons here. This one is facing down. So in this case, we can see that it is 50 degrees that is connecting this line with the y-axis. And then I told you that the angle we're always looking for is the one that the line makes with the x-axis. So this is the one that we're actually going to use for 10 newtons. So we know that the angle from here to here is 90 degrees. So that will be 90 minus 50 degrees will be 40 degrees, right? So that will be now this force is facing down of the negative y-axis. So this will be negative 10. It will be negative 10 sine 40. So negative 10 sine 40 will give us minus 6.43. And now for the horizontal component, it will be positive because it's still facing towards this plus x-axis, right? This direction is facing. So that will be 10 cos 40. So that will be equal to 7.66. So now the next one we have is 8 newtons. So the same thing here, this place is 30 degrees. This is the angle that we're actually looking for. So that will be 90 minus 30 with 60. So this will be negative 8 sine 60 degrees. And the reason why it's negative because it is facing down. So we put 8 sine 60 will give us 6.93. So that's minus 6.93. And it is facing, or it's also facing the negative x-axis this side. Okay, so it's also going to be negative 8 cos 60 degrees for the horizontal component. So that will give us minus 4. And then we have this one, 7 Newton. You have 50 degrees up. We are looking for this angle that is facing here. Okay. So that will be 90 minus 50 is 40, right? So this will be positive y. This is positive y-axis. So it will be plus 7 sine 40 degrees. Seven sine 40 is 4.50. So now let's go to the next one. So the negative x-axis, so that would be negative 7 sine 40. I mean negative 7 cos 40. Sorry. 7 cos 40 will give us minus 5.36. Okay, so now we are going to add up everything. We add up the vertical component and add up the horizontal component. So we have 3.54 plus 10 plus 4.5 equals 18.04. Then minus 6.43 is equals to then minus 6.93. So in this case, the summation of Fy is 4.68 newtons. So now let's find the total for this one, summation Fx. So we have 3.5 plus 10 plus 7.66, okay, then minus 4 minus 5.36. So this one is 11.8, okay. So if we want to get the resultant force, the resultant force will be F is equals to the square root of Fx squared plus Fy squared, okay. So that's 11.8 squared plus 4.68 squared. So that's equals 139.24 plus 4.68 squared is equals to 21.90. 21.90 plus 139.24. So that's 161.14. Okay, we square root the answer. That will be 12.69 newtons. So that's the resultant force. Please, if you are in the comment section and you have a question for me, you can put it in the chat box for me. Just let me know what grade you are in so that I can do something that is related to what you are doing in class. So now let's find the direction of the magnitude. So that's tan theta is equals Fy over Fx. So Fy is 4.68 Newton over 11.8. Okay. So when we do 4.68 divided by 11.8, this is equals to 0.3966. So theta is equals to arctan 0.3966. So that will be 21.6 degrees. So that's the answer to that question. So now let me do something. Let me do another one that's like this too. Okay, so let's go with this one. So we have S component. Let me put Y component first. And then we have X component. So the first one is 7.5 newtons. So it does not make any angle with the x-axis. So now let me put it again. This is the positive y-axis. This is the negative y-axis. This is the negative x-axis. This is the positive x-axis. Okay. So we have 7.5 newton. That will be 7.5 sine 0. Makes no angle with anything, just a straight line facing up. 7.5 sine 0 will give us 0. Now we do 7.5 cos 90 degrees. That will still give us 0. So now 10 newton. Let's go with 10 newtons. So the angle that is facing the x-axis from this line is 50 degrees. So this is the angle we are going to use. So this will be 10 sine 50. 10 sine 50 will give us 7.66. And then we'll do 10 cos 50. 10 cos 50 will give us 6.43. And then we have 5 newtons. This one is facing positive x-axis. Okay. So it makes no angle with the y-axis. So we can call this 5 sine 90 degrees. 5 sine 90 is 5. And then we have 5 cos 0 degrees will also give us 5. So now let's go to the next one, 6 newtons. So we're going to use the angle facing from here to here, right? So we already know this one is 45 degrees, which is half of 90. 90 minus 45 will still give us 45. So, and this is facing the negative side of the y component. So this will be negative 6 sine 45. Negative 6 sine 45 is minus 4.24. And then it's also facing the negative x-axis too. So that will be negative 6 cos 45. It equals minus 4.24. So let's say this angle here is 40 degrees. So y component is up. So this will be 9 sine 40. That's positive 9 sine 40. So that's 5.79. So the S component, this will be negative 9 cos 40. So this is minus 6.89. I don't like the fact that it's such a big negative number. So you know what? I want to change this. Let me change this to 3 newtons. So we use 3 newton, 3 for both sides. Three sine 40 is 1.928, 1.93. Negative 3 cos 40 is negative 2.30. So summation of Fy component. So we have 7.66 plus 5 plus 1.93. Answer minus 4.24. That will be 10.35. And therefore summation Fx, we have it as 6.43 plus 5 minus 2.3 minus 4.24. So that will give us 4.89. So to get the resultant force, so that will be equals 10.35 squared plus 4.89 squared, right? 10.35 squared plus 4.89 squared. So that will give us the square root of 131.03. So if we square root the answer, we'll get 11.45 Newton. And if we want to find the angle, so we tan theta is equals to Fy over Fx. So I can see another person join the live stream. So if you can tell me which topic you want me to talk about, you can tell me your name or what grade you are in, so that I always like to teach whatever my audience is, whatever the grade my audience are. So tan theta F is equals Fy over Fx. So that's equals 10.35 divided by 4.89. So that's equals 2.116. I just hope I'll be able to find an angle like this. So theta is equals to arctan 2.1166. So okay, it's 64.7 degrees. So this is the answer we get. So I'll probably do one more example and then I'll move on to a new topic. Oh, Darasimi joined my class today. Darasimi, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you to Auntie Dami for joining. I know she does not understand the meaning of resultant force. She does not understand the meaning of coplanar forces. But eventually, maybe 15 years from now, she'll understand what I was teaching. So, but at least I'm happy that she's able to join. Thank you, Auntie Dami. I appreciate you. So I'm still going to do another example, and then I'm just going to teach a very simple topic. So let's say we have something like this. This side is 5 newtons. This is 12. This is 8. This is 52 degree. This is 7 Newton. This side is 45 degrees. This is 5.5 newtons. Okay, so I'm going to split it into X component and Y component. I don't know what's going on with my pen. Okay, so this is X component. No, let me not put it too far. And this is Y component. Sorry, I like to put Y before X. Let me switch it. Y and X. Okay, so we know that this is 5 Newton, and 5 Newton is just a straight line. It makes no angle with the x-axis. We know that this is positive y-axis. This is negative y-axis. This is negative x-axis. This is positive x-axis. So, and I said that whenever a force is facing up and it faces no angle with the x component or the x-axis, then the angle will be 0 degree because it's a parallel force. So this is 5 sine 0 degree for the y component, and that will give us 0. So the angle from here to this x-axis is 90 degrees. Okay, so that will be for the s component, that will be 5 cos 90 degrees, and this, it will also give us 0. Hey Praise, how you doing? I can see Praise on I'm good. Is this Adeyemi Praise? Okay. Thank you, Praise. I'm doing great. So, oh, okay. Yes, praise from Creative Foundation. I remember. Okay, good, good. I'm happy to see you here. And what grade are you in? You can put your grade in the chat box so that I can do something similar to what you are doing in class. And if you have any assignments that you want me to talk about, you can let me know. So right now I'm just talking about coplanar forces, and I'm talking about the x and y component because this topic is a physics topic. So I know today live stream is for students from grade 7 to 9, but I mostly teach according to the audience I have on the live stream. So if you have any question or you have any topic you want me to talk about, you can just put it in the chat box for me and let me see it. So now the next one is 12 newtons. So I have 12 sine 52. So I always say the angle that this line or this force makes with the x-axis is the angle that you always consider using. So we have sine 52, and it is positive force. It's a positive force because it's facing up. So it's going to be facing the positive y-axis. Oh, okay. You're the one who asked, okay, what university level I was. Okay. I think I remember now. Okay, good. But I'm happy to see you on the live stream. And thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. So 12 sine 52. So this is facing the positive x-axis. So 12 sine 52 will give us 9.46. So this is 9.46 Newton. So another one we have is we have it now. We have 12 cos 52 degrees. So 12 cos 52 degree will give us 7.39. So we have 8 Newton. So this one is on the x-axis. It does not have any angle, so this will be 0 degrees for the x component. And then it will be making an angle of 90 degrees with the y-axis here. Okay. So in this case, for the y component, that will be 8 sine 90 degree. So 8 sine 90 sine 90 is 1. So that will be 8. So for the x component, it will be 8 cos 0 degree because it's like a straight line on the x component without no angle. So an 8 cos 0 will be equals to 8. Because the reason why both of them will give us 1, right? And that's why they are complementary angles. That's one thing I was still talking about in one of my videos. Okay. So another question, another one is 7. So this is facing negative y-axis. So this will be negative 7 sine 45. So negative 7 sine 45 will give us minus 4.95. Thank you very much, Praise. I saw the prayer you sent me. Thank you. I really appreciate you. God bless you too. So the 7 Newton is also facing the positive x-axis. So this will be plus 7 cos 45. Sine 45 and cos 45 are also complementary angles. They are roots 2/2. So 7 cos 45 is equals 4.95. And then the last force is 5.5 Newton. So this 5.5 is facing the negative x-axis, but is facing up, which is facing the positive y-axis. So for the y component, that will be, so it's 65 degrees, right? But I said that it's always the angle that touches the x-axis is the angle we consider. And we know that the total angle here is 90 degrees, right? So that would be 90 minus 65 degrees. So 90 minus 65 is equals to 25, right? So for the 5.5 Newton, that would be negative 5.5. No, that's for x component. So for y component to be positive. So that would be 5.5 sine 25. So that will be equals, let me put it, 5.5 sine 25. So that will be equals 2.32. And then negative x-axis, that's negative 5.5 cos 25 degrees. So that's minus 4.98. So let's add up everything. So that's the summation Fy. So let's add it. So that will be 9.46 plus 8 plus 2.32. Then minus 4.95. So that will give us 14.83. Okay. So now let's add up this one, the right hand side. So that's 7.39 plus 8 plus 4.95 minus 4.98. So summation fx will be equals 15.36. So to find the resultant force, that will be fx squared plus fy squared. So that's 14.83 squared plus 15.36 squared. So that's the square root of 455.86 is equals to 21.35 newtons. So, and the direction will be tan theta is equals Fy over Fx. So Fy is 14.83 and Fx is 15.36. Okay. So when you divide it, it will give us 0.9655. So theta will be equals arctan 0.9655. So when you find the arctan of that, you should get 44 degrees. Okay, Praise, do you have any question or any topic you want me to talk about? Or is there anybody in the chat box, in the comment section, that want me to talk about any topic. So you can type it in the chat box, and then I will just talk about it briefly because the live stream is about to end in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Mm. Sir Clement, he don't start again, I mean. Okay, so Praise sent a question to me. She said, a question I have is what you call this entire topic, like this equation, for example. So this is what we call coplanar forces. This is a topic in physics. Okay. So most students they will probably not deal with this topic until they get like grade 11, 12. So I'm going to let me just write it down for you below. So you can also search it up. You can even go on Google, search it up, and see some examples on coplanar forces. We have coplanar forces. We also have concurrent forces. So, for example, you can be given. Oh, you're in grade 9. Okay. So let's say you're given a stone. It has there's an upward force acting on it, which is, let's say, 7 Newton. Let's say friction is dragging it from the back with a force of, let's say, 3 Newtons. And let's say something is dragging it from the front with 5.5 Newtons. And then there's acceleration due to gravity, force of acceleration due to gravity pulling it down, let's say with 2.8 Newtons. Now, this topic, what we call this topic is concurrent forces. This thing I just drew right now. So if you want to add up this one, the total force or the resultant force, let's say this is F1, this is F2, this is F3, this is F4. So this will be F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4. Okay. Okay, good that you want to know about it. So now F1 is 7 Newtons. So that will be 7 plus. Now F2 is facing the positive x-axis. So that will be also positive 5.5, right? Then the F3 is facing down. So that's negative. So 2.8. Because the way we do it is that we use the y-axis, x-axis. Anything facing up is positive y-axis. Anything facing down is negative y-axis. Anything facing the left is negative x-axis. Anything facing the right is positive x-axis. So we use that sign to make sure we are doing the right thing. And then F4 is facing negative x-axis, so that would be -3. So that will be 7 plus 5.5 minus 2.8 minus 3. 7 plus 5.5 will give us 12.5, right? Minus 2.8 minus 3 will give us minus 5.8. So now we can do 12.5 minus 5.8. That will give us 6.7 Newtons. Okay. So now I'm going to I'm going to do put one question. I'm going to put one question like this: concurrent forces, and I want somebody in the chat box to tell me the answer. Somebody in the comment section can tell me the answer and put the answer in the chat box. So we have an object, let's say a football. There's a force acting up, 8 Newton. There's one acting here. Let's say this one is 5. There's one acting here. Let's say this is 3. There's another one here. Let's say this is 2. Then there's another one here. Let's say this is also 2. Sorry. So let's assume that this is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. So now, from the information we already know that this side is a positive y-axis. This is negative y-axis. This is negative x-axis. This is positive x-axis. So now I want somebody to find the resultant force. And then tell me the answer from this question I put, from this ball with all the forces facing there. So you can write your answer in the comment section. And I promise that anybody that gets the answer right, I'll give that person something. However I can get to the person, I'll give the person something. So it's just 3 minutes. I mean, let me give 2 minutes. 2 minutes is enough to be able to figure this out. We are 1 minute 15 seconds more. So if I don't get anybody telling me the answer, I will just put the answer by myself. No. I want. Okay, Praise, I saw your answer. So I want you to solve this question like the way I solved this one here, like concurrent forces. Okay. I did F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4. And how you are going to do it is that I give the direction for the y and x-axis. So that's why I label this side as y-axis, x-axis, y-axis, y-axis, x-axis. So if it is facing up for y-axis, it is positive. If it is facing down for y-axis, it is negative. If it is facing the left for x-axis, it is negative. And if it is facing the right for x-axis, it is positive. Okay, the 2 minutes mark is passed. So let me just give the answer. So the resultant force will be 8 is positive y-axis, so that's 8 plus 8, okay, plus 5, that's positive x-axis, minus 3, minus 2, minus 2. Okay, so 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 minus 3 is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. So the answer is 6 Newton. Okay, so that'll be all for today's live stream. So I want to appreciate everybody who joined the live stream today. I really appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys have a blessed day. And make sure you subscribe. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much and peace out. Bye.